So I felt so bad. I paid. I gave them the 70,000 para mabuhay. It's not called an SLT. Maybe it's an LCT. Yeah, kay Sami Bule. Fast forward maybe 10, 15 years later, he became our master weaver without my intervention in the Venice Biennale in our Philippine pavilion. And now he participates in all the trade fairs, bazaars, even the First Lady's bazaars, I forgot name. Yes, and all. He's everywhere with his mother, and he trains weavers already in Hingyon, Ifugao. So ganyan talaga, kahirap mag-comply sa mga requirements ng gobyerno. Sometimes they really have to ask help from us. Yun, 70,000. Ito, liquidation sa Kalinga, 150,000. So, in a way, it's unreasonable for us to ask them to give official receipts of habal-habal. Eh, paano? Hindi talaga kaya maliquidate yun. So, I leave that question here. Paano yun? If forever unliquidated kasi walang official receipts ang tumatawid ng ilog, ang habal-habal at sumasakay ng kabayo. Paano nga? Mr. Chair, paano yun?
I think ang suggestion ko sa kay ED to talk to COA, may mga practical, like for example, ang ini-imagine ko lang, yung mga karpintero, pag bumagawa sila doon, I'm sure mga informal sector to eh. Pakahingihingan pa ng ITR. Hindi talaga walang ITR yung mga yun. No? I would assume, naman sa probinsya, ganun eh. Diba, kukuha lang ng mga karpintero, gagawa sila. Paghingan ng ITR yun, tapos yung organization, hingian pa ng VAT registration, no? Wala na. But I understand, COA yan eh. It's a COA restriction.
Good morning po, Madam Chair. Actually po, not necessarily po naman official receipt yung kung mga ganun pong pwede acknowledgement receipt. So, it will do na po.
Suggest sa COA and to pag-usap kayo. The magandang programa eh. No, the program is very good. It's just the usual, alam natin, bureaucracy doon na delay at naapektuhan yung implementation ng programa. So I suggest NCCH o COA mag-usap na lang on practical approaches to liquidation.
Yes po.
Thank you. If I can pursue, meron din akong isang nakita sa COA report, and this is on recurring procurement lapses and unrecouped advances. Meron 970,000 advance payment to a contractor, which was terminated in 2022. Ano na pong nangyari dito sa advance payment? And what can you describe to us what happened and what's the course of action? Maybe this is prior to your time, but it's in your books.
Honorable Senator, may we request our finance head to explain that particular point that you are requesting to be enlightened?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Ang nangyari po dito ay we have a project po besides our office. Yun po yung walkway canopy and a building, a two-story building with what we call this, a two-story building, Mr. Chair. It's a one contract pero dalawa po ang ang project, yun po nga po yung walkway at saka yung two-story building. Ang nangyari po, bakit hindi kami nakapag-recoup? Because na-discontinue po yung project due to yung po kasing aming contractor ay may previous project na merong disallowance. That's why hindi po na-continue yung huling project nila.
So, tinerminate yung contract.
Na-terminate po yung
Pero naka-advance na.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, we need to get the 975,000 back.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We have already issued two first and second letters of demand letters po. Naka-issue na kami yung dalawang demand letters, and based sa recommendation po ng ang legal, pag hindi po nila sinole, will be forced to issue pag what they call this, habla po ang aming opisina.
Director, 2022 pa ito
2022 po, pero tama po, nagkaroon lang po ng delay po ng implementation, Mr. Chair, dun sa...
Dapat naghabla na kasi 2022 pa na-terminate. It's ready 2025.
We just issued po kasi yung second letter namin August, Mr. Chair.
Ang tagal nun. Diba? Dapat, ano lang yan, 30 days. The very least.
Actually, Mr. Chair, ganun nga po. We waited 3 months based po dun sa recommendation po ng aming legal. That's why nagkaroon po ng 3 months gap yung first and second.
Anyways, akong recommendation ko, you have to pursue yung legal action already para ma-recoup natin to.
Yun po yung next step po ng aming opisina based po sa aming legal recommendation, Mr. Chair.
Yes, pursue nyo na yan. And then, ang suggestion ko rin, kasi I was looking at the yung COA financial audit and audit compliance. And I take these things seriously. No? I read the COA alam nila yan. I read the COA reports. And ang suggestion ko is to fully comply with the requirements of COA so that it will not be hanging in your books. Just submit to the committee your action plan on fulfilling the requirements. Kasi meron naman silang suggestion May audit findings, may management suggestion to management. So just follow the suggestion to management and then just submit to us an action plan. Alam ko, mahirap talaga yan. Dumaan ako as mayor. It's really tough, but wala tayong choice That's part of our responsibilities. Thank you, Mr.
Proceed with your budget. Did you finish the items of the NEP 2026, and did you go through the wish list? Okay. Well, the chairman is here so that he could commit. I'm so grateful. No, maganda nandyan ang chair. Pag ako lang, hindi ko naman kayo dinidetalyang ganyan hanggang mga legal action, hanggang sa unliquidated na mga 150,000 na ganun. Di tama ng judicial. Very good.
So from the, Madam Chair, from the reduction of 584, we are requesting reconsideration for a total amount of 282. This comprised of the following. Yung sa Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan po natin, this is 32 million. The top of the list are those with mandated loss. Yes po, Madam. Then Order of the National Artist in the same amount as the Gamava, 32 million.
If you don't have it now, please submit to our offices. What are the programs that will comprise the 32? Each of it.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Ano yung program? So that we
Okay.
can envision it.
Yes.
Is it an event? Is it travel? MOE ba yan? Is it an exhibition? Is it training?
Okay.
Para maintindihan namin.
Yes, po, madam. Actually, we already have the descriptions of this, so we will just submit it in your office. Not in the presentation. Yes, po.
Yes. So, creative industries. Under the law, 11094, DTI ang implementing
Yes,
agency. I notice, you check the DTI budget lang, sit with them. Hindi nila binibigyan masyado ng pansin.
Yes, po.
Bakit ganun? Kaya tayo sa NCCA, ang parang sumasagit.
Yes.
Kulang. So dapat lagyan natin ng DTI siguro, pero tulungan din natin akayin. Kung hindi yun ang interest nila or hindi sila pinupondohan sa nakaraang taon, ay tignan natin yung batas. Sino bang bureau sa DTI ang dapat gumagawa niya? Wala ko napapansin na ginagawa nila sa in the length and breadth of the creative industries. I do not feel yet, at least from where I sit, the DTI's intervention in the implementation. So I'm glad you have this. Oo, pero maliit. Ano magagawa ng 15M? Sige, i-list nyo which of the creative industries you will support, how, exhibitions, events, what,
Capacity
training.
building is
Yeah, kasi even capacity building, that's a often used term. How do you build capacity? Training,
trainings.
what kind of training? Yun, maintindihan namin. At anong parte ng creative industries? What? Film, architecture, visual arts,
Asian.
design, animation, which we want to understand.
Okay.
Then I will ask the same question in DTI.
Yeah.
Hindi ko pa nakikita ang kanilang, siguro limitado rin ang funding nila. So, actually, Mr. Chair, I was going to ask or draft a resolution for the amendment of the Senate Committee on Arts and Culture and the Creative Industries. Diba? Kasi no one really takes care of the creative industries. So, I will request the Senate President, if they agree, para meron namang mag-handle ng creative industries. Because sa House, may special committee on creative industries. Sa atin wala. So, yes, Toff already retired, no? Oo. So, arts and culture and creative industries. Konektado yun eh. Yun na yun actually. It's arts and culture. When you say naman culture, that's everything. Yes. But creative industries kasi, somehow, it monetizes the creative industries. Tama ba?
Actually,
Ha?
Madam Chair,
It economizes. Oo.
Economize.
Oo. Pinipera. Pinagkakwartahan. Ayun. Hindi ba? Kumikita. Yes, ayun. Yung mas maganda pa kaya, it provides an economic framework to arts and culture. So it's a creative industries.
Sure, actually, the Schools for Living Traditions, we are already bringing it into that, especially the outputs of the students and the masters as well. So while the first phase of the Schools for Living Tradition is on inculcation of the values of the culture of the community, yung last 2 years is focused on product development and helping them how to bring it to the market. Kaya po
Culture, SLTs, Gamaba, i-connect nyo sa creative industries para magkaroon nga ng income ang mga proponents and the masters of the arts and culture and
livelihood.
Livelihood, yeah.
Yeah, and the cultural mapping po as well, we would like to include the creative industries as part of those that we map.
Siguro, Madam Chair, just to value add to this discussion on creative industry and even to the values formation program of MCCA, we believe we have to evolve itong concept ng rights-based creative economy. It's the rights-based kasi they have to be enabled. At the same time, policymakers should also enable. No, and when you say it's rights-based, we have to be conscious about the intellectual property. No, when you talk of intellectual property, you're questioning now, wala kasing concept